Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another Things and Stuff, but also Build. And that is unprecedented in our history that I can have the patience to not upload something instantly and actually see it all the way through to the end. Yeah, isn't that extraordinary? So hopefully, at least at the time that I'm saying this, so when you're watching this, hopefully it'll all be together and you'll see the finished product at the end of the video. But today we are looking at another UGG Models wonderful item. This is the Penguin class fighter from the Starfleet Museum. From what I remember reading, this is a kind of TOS-ish era little fighter, and it is in 1/350th scale, so it might be small enough to fit into your TOS shuttle bay, so we can check that out. But let's crack her open, and it's literally the entire thing's in this tiny little bag. So I've got, here's your, let's see, instructions, paint guide, decal placement, yeah, all that. Really on this piece of paper. So we got, let's see, I mean, there's a lot of colors, there's a lot of detail. There's white or light gray and black and blue, and there's a black window. And I don't think they made these instructions detailed enough. I'm still confused because there's a lot of parts. But that's perfect. It's perfect. That's some terrible dry wit, and it's dry. It's like Sahara dry. This is the lovely thing that goes. Oh, there you go. Ugh, ugh. It's the best little thing that holds the thing together. Let's take a look at the kit, and I'll shut up about that. So it's one piece. Come on, focus. There you go. Get to see the little windows are engraved. We've got little phaser cannons, laser cannons up here on the front, or maybe intakes, I'm not sure. Space intakes. We've got some bomb bay doors, or missiles. And we've got engines. I'm not sure which one's which. Or, I mean, it's a little fighter. Maybe it has warp drive. Maybe this is a warp engine, or they're just thrusters and impulse. Or booster rocket and main impulse, I don't know. Space Starchwreck rocket. Nicely engraved little panel lines. A little bit of cleanup to do, but that's not too bad. The little nav lights. Running lights. So there's that. And unfortunately they didn't, well, it's not really unfortunate, but they couldn't mold it with the bomb bay doors open. So instead they gave you a little bomb rack, or missile rack, that has all the little missiles on it, which will be cool for what I have planned for this. So let's try to get up close with these guys. Even their detail, they got little winglets and thrusters. So there's that. Oh, there you go, camera. And we've got a wonderful little decal set. Maybe. USS Eagle. We got some nose art, some TOS command stars, whatever. Is that? Just random things in there. Huh. Yep, and some TOS style pennants and stuff like that. So there's that. So that's basically it that's in this kit. So yeah, like I said, 3/50th scale. I guess it's a little big for the TOS shuttle bay. This is a little too big for that guy. So I guess you're not putting it in your 350 Enterprise, but it would look cool flying alongside it with the base. But that's kind of what I was thinking, is wouldn't it be cool to have this launching off from a shuttlecraft hangar, and kind of what I want to do is I'll have one of those wood bases, probably little rectangular ones, put some styrene over it, and then we'll kind of mark and paint all the little caution lines, so you'll have a little you know, fenced off area that's where these missiles are, and then we'll have the ship kind of taking off somewhere. Although, I don't know if the ship would be taking off this close to bombs just sitting there, but we'll suspend our disbelief. And I'll probably have some really thin piano wire, and I think that'll hold this pretty well if I bend it in a curve. And probably this center hole I can drill small enough that it won't be noticeable, and it can stick up in there, and then curve down and go into the back of the base, and then it'll just kind of hover over the base taking off. And then there'll be like, you know, I forget what all the details in there. It's like a circle, and then there's the lines, and is there an X? I don't know. Something similar to that. And then it'll be launching off. Even though I've been spoiled from Battlestar Galactica, and I think all fighters, space fighters, should fly out of launch tubes. But it's not very a Star Trek thing, so we'll just go that they take off. Or like Babylon 5 even. Would be cool. But, yeah, we'll just say they take off like shuttlecraft, so I don't need to build a fancy launch tube. But that's kind of the plan. Yeah, so let's get started. Okay, so I've got the Penguin all nice and primered up with automotive primer. And got the base kind of set up here. I just took some flat styrene sheet I had some extra and painted it just kind of a warm gray color, and I think that'll work on that. The base I'll probably paint, or either stain it or paint it semi-flat black, and then I've got the little stand part right there made out of piano wire, and that's just to hold it for painting, but it should, and it's not glued in yet, so it'll kind of flop around, but it should be like that, flying over. And then this guy, and what I'm thinking is on one of the sides we'll have a marked off area, and we'll have all the missile bomb things, and then maybe kind of a taxiway type thing, I don't know. And then over here we'll put some lovely little shuttles, which are from UGG models. These guys showed up the other day, and like, how perfect. It'll help this little base display maybe when taxing. I'm not sure if I'll use the NX one, but definitely these two guys. So we've got you can see it, a 350 TOS shuttle, which looks fantastic. I think it looks better than the one included in the Round 2 kit, or the Polar Lights 350 Enterprise. So we've got that, and then a TOS style shuttle pod. Little windows. There's engine detail on the back. All that stuff. So, but those will be cool on there. And, with the shuttle, or the Penguin up here, and the bombs, I think it'll make a decent little display. So yeah, so I think the next step is to start painting, and that should be interesting. So I'm probably going to do that off camera, since I can't get this in the airbrush area. But basically, I think first we've got, let's see, I think it's pretty much two colors. Pretty much like a light gray, white with that drop of gray or something. And I'll probably use NATO black for the bottom, just so it's not black. That looks corny. I don't know how to explain it. Like, it doesn't look as... I think the NATO black will look a little more scaled, if that makes any sense. So we'll probably use that. And plus, with clear coats, it'll get a little darker anyway. Of course, the missiles will be blue, and I'll probably do orange-ish something for the little rack. I'll probably some kind of TOS colors, and then here I'll mask off and paint just some lines and stuff like that, kind of shuttle bay-ish colors. Whatever's on, I can't even remember. Whatever's on. Whoop, whatever's on this decal that goes on here that I can't think of right now. Oh, there we go. I'm looking at it right now. So we've got 3 black lines, a red square, and a yellow circle. And I don't know. We'll come up with something cool for that. So let's go to that step. Alright, a little bit of an update. As you can see, started painting the auxiliary shuttles on the display and the bomb rack. And there's the NX shuttle pod, which, wow, that looks crappy on camera. It's not done. We'll go with that. It's not done. It isn't done, but yeah, I hope it looks better than that. Anyway, yeah, here we got the Penguin, and you can see it's been clear coated, painted, and it has a wash on it right now. And then once that's dry, I'll clean that up, and hopefully it'll just rest in all the little panels, so we'll have a cool effect of bringing out all that detail. And then I think it needs just like a little streaking and stuff like that, and then we'll do decals and dull coat, and then it should be done. And I have the base. I did paint the base, or I masked it off, but I wasn't really happy with my mask job, and it's right now being dull coated. But I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, I ended up using some deco tape to do all the, not all of the lines, but most of the lines, so that'll work. And hopefully the dull coat will bring that together, but it's not really about the display, it's about this little guy for the most part, so hopefully it'll work. We'll see, coming after this. Alright, and here it is almost done, except for like 2 things. Needs a dull coat first off, but I'm letting the decals all dry, and then I don't have any, so I'm just going to wait on it, and this is fine for now. They're just kind of tacked down with a tiny dot of super glue, but eventually I'll go and get decals on these guys, and maybe I'll add a couple more someday into all that. But yeah, I think it turned out okay. It's not amazing, but I think it's effective, and it shows off the little penguin up there. The decals went on beautifully. They're very thin, which I like, because I don't like a bunch of film. The only thing is you'll have to cut them all, you know, pretty much right at the image, because they don't have individual films around them. So just so you are aware of that. I think I might have done a little too much weathering. I don't know if it's showing up on the camera. Got a little smeary, but maybe I'll touch that up or fix that once it's all dried and clear coated. And yeah, so that's what I got here. We got the little missile rack. We'll call it an elevator or something. And then we've got an NX shuttle pod down here. Something, doing something. And then the TOS shuttle pod, and then the TOS shuttle over here. So yeah, it's cute. It'll look fun on the display shelf, I think, and it'll look like I said, a lot better when it's dull coated. But I think we'll just go with this for now. So thanks for checking it out. I'll have the finished pictures up on the Facebook page if you want to check those out. But yeah, if you want a cool fighter, and I was also thinking it's kind of like just the shape, like if you just took the shape of the ship, and I should have talked about this earlier, but doesn't it kind of look like, you know, paint it, I don't know, light gray, green, something. It looks like some kind of, you know, random TOS guy, whoever ship, trader ship, you know, or something in 1/1000 scale or whatever. I think it would be perfect, so you could do some kind of custom cool paint job on it. But I think even if you didn't want to build it up as a Federation fighter in 1/350th scale, you could probably do some cool customization paint schemes on it and make it some kind of, you know, trader ship or whatever, or alien forehead of the week ship. And it would look kind of cool. Someday I might have to try that, but yeah. So like I said, definitely recommend this kit. It's a lot of fun if you can come up with all sorts of different paint schemes since it's a little fighter and do cool nose art and stuff like that. But yeah, so there you go. 1/350 scale penguin from UGG Models. Love the kit, love UGG Models, and I'll be doing many more in the future. Someday, speaking of fighters and UGG Models, I have to finish this guy, which is in the same scale. That's the Minotaur fighter from the Starfleet Museum Series, and maybe somehow I'll have to incorporate this in the display. I don't know how I'll do that, but maybe we'll take this off, put it on some, I don't know, there's a relic one or something like that, but it might be fun. So we'll see. Anyway, there you go. You guys take care, and we'll see you next time.